It's a pleasure to be here with you today. This the objective of this meeting is to debate and argument about the problematic or issues presented in the activity phase 2 that is devolved about the practical class, right? This meeting it will be devolved about across the following agenda. I'm going to share with you the following agenda. First, we will present the individual interactive presentations. You will present your issues observed in the previous practical class. Second, we will elaborate an evaluation recognizing the relevant and important aspect is specifically about the problematics present in the practical class. Third, we will choose an issues more attractive for the following debate. We're going to answer the question that we will select, and five, everyone, or sorry, as a group, we will contribute a conclusion for the activity. Initially, I wanna start to present my product. Shared all these issues that I observed in the previous class, in previous practical class. For example, I remember three problematics in a specific that was the sorry, excuse me. All right. Errors in the individual resource for the audio, choppy on videos, incorrect subtitles. I comment in my video in the previous activity that uh, in this practical class I can observe the errors in the digital tools. For example, in a game, this game don't function, right? Another problematic that I observed was a video. This video contained subtitles, but the subtitles don't function and was wrong. And another error that I observed was the loss of control in the class. Right, the contest don't was appropriate for this the whole of the class. Any students confuse it. Any student feels confused about the thematic when a practice student release a questions to any student, this cannot respond because they don't understand why was the context inter in the question and the class. This activity I release about the context to currently tendencies, right? Having in count all these characteristics that I need to have in count about the perspective to a future formation, a future teaching in English, for example, how we can to improve the learning and teaching in the students, exactly how we can to introduce these technological tools in the pronunciations, in writing and comprehension of English, exactly in foreign languages acquisition and learning. Right, I'm going to give the opportunity to participate to the classmate Ana Sofia. Welcome, classmate Ana Sofia.
Thanks, Andres. Cordial greetings,
Sorry.
colleagues. I hope you are well. My name is Sofia Rodriguez. I studying degree in foreign language with emphasis in English. The little of my presentation is theoretical analysis of the acquisition and learning of foreign language. Um, it deals with the importance of the study of the acquisition and learning of foreign language, especially in the current context of virtual class with the objective of analyze of the theories of the language acquisition are applied in educational situations and how teaching practice can be improved. Thank you, Andres.
Thank you, classmate. Now I want to the opportunity to share the presentation to the classmate Valentina. Sorry, Valentina. Welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, classmates. My name is Valentina Jaramillo. And in this presentation of my theory analysis, my theory analysis report of the virtual classrooms in previously. So, the identified problem is that students do not show interest in participating in English space designed for practicing skills in acquisition as second language, often due to fear making mistake or being ridiculed by their classmates. It is essential to implement learning strategies that motivate students to participate in this foreign language acquisition process. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, right now, I wanted to give the opportunity to share the presentation to the classmate Juan David. Welcome, Juan David.
Good afternoon, Dres and classmates, and thank you. I wanted to highlight the cognitive factors in the language acquisition, and I wanted to highlight two of them. The first one is memory, and the second one is the information processing, because they two are part of a fancy system of the acquisition of the language that we need to take in account when we want to teach to someone. And is specifically in this case when I can found some problems that were very recurrent in some classes. The first is the lack of participation, which could be for two factors. The first one is because of the boring, and they are just bored about the class, and that we will consider in the third point. And the second one, because of the lack of participation, is because of the fear. They are afraid of being wrong when they answer or they participate in some activity. Now, talking about the other part of the lack of participation, it could be because of the failure of the didactic elements. And this is not only in the case of a virtual space for the class, but it could be also for a in-person space in a class. When the elements fail, they cannot apport enough information, and they just don't bring enough joy to the class, and that will um, make poor to the other students.
Thank you, classmate. Right now, I want to give the next topic that it we're going to release an evaluation recognizing the relevance and important aspect, and in the sometime we're going to choose and sorry we will choose an issues more attractive for the group, right, and propose any and propose any I'm sorry and give the answer and the following question, right. I want to start with my evaluation. I think that it's important to recognizing uh, every every issues, and it's equally important to um, understand how this problematic or how these issues can to affect the foreign language acquisition and learning. Um, for example, I consider that the issues participation across the student in the class, it's very important having calm because this problematic um, can to have effect more redundant when we speak the another problematic. For example, the wrong or errors in the tools on didactical tools and loss the control and context in the class uh, can be result for can generate a problematic in the participation about across the student. A student can feel unsure when they can to participate, can share their knowledge or have any questions because when we lost the context about the class, we don't know how we can to ask, how we can to consult or we don't know what respond when make us any questions about this thematic.
Okay, Andres. I also wanted to say that for me, I consider that the mother of the problems will be the failure of the didactic elements. Because if they fail, and then we cannot have the right approach to the students, and because of that, that develops the lack of the participation on our students. So I think that these two are the most important parts to highlight for me.
Um, right. I really the problems touch on points that have a lot to do with the current context and that must be addressed in a timely manner to see future results. In addition, if you look it up from clear perspective of the problems raised about our context and with the objective in improving in their teams of learning foreign language.
Okay, classmates. Taking into account that the problems identified are very similar, since they all focus on the low participation of students in English virtual meetings. So I found this site, according to the Honorio Vargas 2020, regarding social demands, the academic depart argues that due to technological advance and globalization, it is easier to communicate with different people from different countries through the use of one of the most spoken language in world. This is what motivates students to participate in these meetings because it is for their benefit academic and personal.
Perfect. uh, Now we can to conclude that we select the participation of the student in the classroom like problematic. Okay, right. Mm, the next point, the next topic is to answer the following questions. I'm going to share with you the guidelines exactly in this point, in this instruction, for to realize the question, right? I want to make the question to classmate Ana Sofia, right? Classmate, what innovate English learning activities do you propose to address the identify educational challenge?
Okay, thank you, Andres. I will implement activities such, one, gamification. Incorporate game elements into the classroom, such guides, role-playing, interactive activities. This can increase motivation and participation by making learning more fun and dynamic. Two, a use of technology. Implement digital tools such as learning platforms, language learning apps, or discussion forums. This can facilitate interaction in the classroom. Three, community service projects. Involve students in activities that allow them using English in the real world context, such collaborating with a local organization and communicating with English speakers. For arts integration, use music, theater, or visualized art to explore with language. For example, students can create a play in English or listen songs, which makes learning more engaging. And five, debates and discussions, forums, organizes debates and topics of interest of students. This encourages active participation and allows them to practice argumentation skill in English. Thank you.
Thank you to you. Now I wanna ask to the classmate Valentina. What specific resource, including digital tools and materials, do you propose to utilize to support the implementation of your proposed activities?
Okay, Andres and classmates. According to what was mentioned by my classmate Sofia, I found the following technological tools for gamification, platforms as Kahoot or Quizzes, using platforms that allow to create question and answers games. So EducaPlay is focused on learning through interactive games. Sorry. And guys, where students can share ideas, and respond to teacher activities. For community service projects, Microsoft Teams is a tool ideal for communication and collaboration on projects, ideal if you work with external organization. For arts creation, Canva is perfect for the students to create visual and graphic materials in English, choose a poster or presentation. Also important is the integration of activities such as theater plays.
Thank you, classmate. Now I want to make the question to the classmate Juan David. What methodologies do you propose to use to access the impact of your proposed activities on language learning outcomes?
Well, the methodology used for evaluation is usually in a classic way. I mean, with a quiz to see how many answers did the student get right. But however, the assessment in a didactic and more enjoyable way gives better results because that is true. Reduce the stress and increases the student's chances of answering correctly. This can be done in this case by online games that allow them to answer questions to advance in the game with the understanding of reading stories in audio or video, or even with improvisation. I mean, with the dramatization of some situations to measure their immediate ability and creativity to solve problems in real life or in different contexts.
Thank you, classmate. Now I want to contribute with your answer. I consider that um, I think that is so necessary include to any specific forum. Remember, we can to remember that the technology is in permanent evolution, right? And the forum is a perfect tool, digital tools for to improve the learning and acquisition, language acquisition and learning, because across the debate we can to include a debate in the methodological process. Um, I meet any website that we can to use or include um, for to use when the environment digital is the option for to teaching the English language. I can't administrate is one forumdigital.com and forum digital last web. These are a good digital tools that we can to implement in these activities, and it's more easy to use and help significant uh, help us significantly to develop activities or process learning and teaching. Okay, right now the following topic is or consists in to contribute a conclusion, like group or global conclusion. Every one of you can to start to give your conclusion.
Okay. In conclusion, I can say that the low participation of students in English virtual meetings is a problem that requires immediate attention.
Okay, I think, for example, that another aspect we can to have in count is that the permanent evolutions um, in the permanent evolution in the world. For example, in aspects like technology, uh, process of teaching and learning. In this case, English, right? The technology make a important part and fundamental part to in the learning, in the acquisition of language. It's for this reason that I think that is crucial to promote to students the use of these digital tools with the objective to improve the learning in the foreign language. I think so that it's important these activities because we can to promote the digital tools in the live education about the students. We can to promote the knowledge of these alternatives that we can to use not only in the English learning, we can to use in another area of the education, right?
Yeah, you're right, Andres. But also I wanted to add to that that by addressing this problem, the academic department can implement effective strategies to encourage the active student participation, which in turn will bring them a academic professional and personal benefits.
Classmate Dalia, did you want to give your conclusion?
Okay.
Oh,
Bueno, I think um, I sorry, one moment, please. Mm, okay. I do think it's time to the step to ensure that students are equipped with the skills necessary to success in increasingly globalized world.
Alright, we are complete, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I guess so.
yes,
Thank you,
yes.
classmate. The objective of this class was complete. We analyzed it and identified the problematic and how we can to give a solution. And everyone, thank you for assist to this meeting. Thanks for help about this process. And I hope that you have a good day.
Thanks to you as well for hosting, Andres.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's make see you
Thank
again.
you. Bye, classmates.
Por fin sacó ese sufrimiento.
Jesús bendito, a mí se me había perdido la hoja donde tenía yo todo lo que decir. Y yo, bueno, please, y busque, y busque. Jesús,